You know, hacking and frauds can be very lucrative. And today, I will show you how I'm planning to make money with the increasing hacking and data breaches we are seeing. Now, let me play a video for you.
Now let's walk into the shoes of a newbie fraudster who's setting up Fraud Incorporated, right, their little small business shop, and let's see what kind of tools are available to them to get that job done. And it's going to be in 3 steps, very simply. We're going to acquire some stolen credit cards, not on the dark web, on the clear web. Type in a URL, go to a nice marketplace, buy some stolen credit cards. Second, we're going to use new generative AI tools that have been cracked and trained for fraudsters, and we're going to learn how to buy fensible goods at scale. And then finally, we're going to sell those stolen goods on Telegram. So let's start here. What you're seeing on your screen is one of those bazaars, one of those marketplaces. They have fun names like Knoll and Cracked and Blue Ocean. This one's called Fox Store. And for those of you in the back, what you are seeing here is somebody perusing this like they would any e-commerce marketplace, and they're filtering and they're looking at, all right, I want to see the accounts that have all the loyalty points in there, the Marriott accounts or the Southwest, right, accounts, or which ones have credit card details that were, when the account was compromised, the credit card details are stored in there. And you can very easily select, put in your shopping cart, and buy at scale all of these stolen credit cards. The next thing, this is Worm GPT. Pascal mentioned it. We were actually talking about it yesterday in our customer advisory board meeting. There's a couple flavors of this. There's Fraud GPT, there's Wolf GPT. They actually have a little bit of competition on their pricing. Prices keep going down on these things. But basically, it's a cracked large language model. It's a cracked version of OpenAI's ChatGPT, except it's trained, so you can prompt it to ask questions and learn fraudster PhD stuff. So you can ask it things like, hey, can you code for me in Python a bot that will go and test the 1,000 stolen credit cards that I just got off of Fox Store and see which ones have been shut off by the issuer or not, which ones are still valid that I can use. Or I can say, hey, can you code me a bot? I want to hit Nike.com a couple thousand times and get the new Air Jordan 16s, right? And it's not just, it's giving you the code, right? And also instructions for how to implement that code. I mean, you don't need to be technical to use a lot of this.
Worm GPT, that's how pro the fraudsters, the hackers are getting. And if 10 years ago you needed to go through a steep learning curve to do such things, now it's become incredibly easy, right? Now you have Worm GPT. And you heard the guy. I mean, you can buy credit card data online on the open web, not the dark web, but in plain sight. But anyway, why am I bringing this subject? Am I going to teach you how to hack? No, but I'm going to show you how I'm planning to make money with this trend. Now, as we've seen, cybersecurity is pretty serious stuff. What we just saw is a big problem. But you see, every big problem is also a big opportunity. If hacking is a big problem, whoever can handle it will be very valuable. So my idea is not to make money by hacking, but rather by investing in companies that can help us better protect ourselves from it. And I've already presented 2 stocks here on my channel that deal specifically with this issue, with cybersecurity. The first name is Riskified, ticker RSKD. And by the way, the video we just saw is from a Riskified event. And the second stock is a much smaller name that trades on the TSX Venture called Reklaim, ticker MYID. And by the way, nothing in this video is investment advice, okay? But this video I showed you is important because it shows us really well how advanced the hackers and the fraudsters are becoming, because it shows us the size of the problem that Riskified and Reklaim are helping to solve. Riskified, for example, can help here by preventing fake purchases from happening. So, for example, if someone is trying to apply fraud by making a purchase in someone else's name, Riskified will probably be able to identify that. And here's a video showing how Riskified does that.
So let's see an example of an order. So this Norm GPT customer has decided to place an order, and when you look at the shipping address, it just seems like he has a minor typo in his address. And Alexander also referenced that. But what we learn is that this minor typo is actually a way to obfuscate the address. Why would he obfuscate his address? Because then he can create multiple orders for the same address. It can create different fraudulent orders with hundreds of IPs and hundreds of different emails, making sure that the mailman will know exactly where to ship the product. So what's the solution? The solution is A, use NLP in order to clean and understand what the actual address is. This is one example. Interesting examples could be Paragona. The mailman will know it's Tarragona. He will think that the person just accidentally had a typo, and here you go, you have a fraudulent order placed. But that's not enough. Knowing the address will not help me understand who's the person behind the scenes. What will help me understand is to match this address against a large amount of 12 years of data, your data, merchants. And what I'm able to do is run a similarity algorithm, deciding from all the different identities I have within my network, who is the address most similar to. And then I'm able to know that that norm GPT was actually in my database also as Barney Smooth and also as Chaka Rock. And now I have his entire behavior pattern identified and able to decide whether his behavior is fraudulent, not just based on that single order, but I'm actually able to have that match.
Pretty interesting, right? So that's why Riskified matters, because it's an extremely important cybersecurity tool, not only for people and businesses selling online, but also for you and me, who could end up as victims of these scams with purchases being made in our names. So that's why I decided to buy the stock, because it addresses an increasing need. Besides, I also believe that this company is trading at a very reasonable valuation, as I've explained in this video here and in the article I posted on my website, Capital Edge Research. So this is the first way I plan to make money with a growing trend of cybercrimes through Riskified shares. But as I said, I also bought another cybersecurity stock called Reklaim. Reklaim is another essential tool for the increasingly digital world we live in. However, Reklaim operates differently from Riskified. You see, while Riskified identifies fake purchases, Reklaim is a tool that gives us users more control over our own personal data. As I explained in this video, through Reklaim, you can scan the internet to discover what personal data of yours is out there, reclaiming ownership of it. And once you've done that, you have the option to either take your information offline or sell it to companies interested in acquiring compliant and legal data. So besides being a tool for us to protect our digital identity, Reklaim is also a way for us to make money without lifting a finger, just by selling our own personal data. If you wish, you can use Reklaim to always be monitoring whether your data has been leaked. So Reklaim ends up acting like a personal data manager whose objective is to ensure user privacy, and we just saw why privacy is becoming more and more essential. It's really important for us to know what data of ours is circulating out there and to have control over it. So that's why I think that Reklaim is a relevant company. Besides, I also believe that this stock is trading for a very reasonable price. And again, nothing in this video is investment advice, okay? So that's how I plan to make money from the rise in cybercrimes through these two stocks, Reklaim and Riskified. Well, that's it for today, and see you next time.